Hey, good morning, everybody.
He's a foreigner.
Happy New Year. It's so nice to see so many more of you. What a nice way to start the new year. Is anybody as cold as Shirley Bardell is? Huh? Those that raise your hand, you've been here in Florida more than 15 years?
No.
Yeah, see? That's what it is. You've been acclimated to the weather. All right. So here's our New Year's jokes. Oh, you yell at me if I don't say it. What's a spider's New Year's resolution? To spend less time on the web. Of course, right? All right, one more corny joke. Why is New Year's Eve in Times Square so underrated? They drop the ball every year. Okay, with that, Madam Secretary, can we do some roll call?
Morning, President Daniels,
Yes, ma'am.
Vice President Gundry,
Here.
Treasurer Resnick, Director Bardell, Director Harnois,
Here.
Director Martin,
Here.
Director Ricketts,
Present.
Director Shaw. Madam President, we have a quorum.
We have everybody. That's wonderful. All right, we will call the meeting to order. If everybody would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So with the new year, I truly enjoy making the meetings very more casual for you and enjoyable, so you come. And it's going to be a year full of props. And I want to thank Alan Hahn for bringing this huge cab. All right? And you might see this at the membership meeting and maybe going forward. So, we have Deputy Mary here on purpose because of this weapon. So, look out for future props as we move along. Okay, first item of business is to approve the December 6, 2024 Federation Board draft meeting minutes. And I'd like to move for someone to make a motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Jim, and thank you, Randy. Discussion. Corrections. All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone not good with it? All right, so we'll. All right, let's move on to management reports. Let's start with Matt.
Happy New Year, everyone. It's like I hit the lottery being picked first for this. Dream come true. All right, so these numbers that I'll read out to you, I'll try to go through this quickly. For December numbers are a little bit unaudited. They may change later on in the RFEC and in the membership number report as the final numbers kind of get audited through. Total gym usage for December, about 8,000 visits. Lane classes taught 129. 3,000 folks in attendance for those. Spa Salon, a good month for Spa Salon, about 26,000 in revenue. Food and beverage, 7,300 plus patrons served at the South Club. Total South Club food and beverage sales over 200,000. Paradise Palm Bar. This was surprising to me because of the cooler months. I'm interested to see how this plays out. Still over close to 11,000 in sales for that. And La Perk sales in North Club Catering around 11,000.
That's because I'm not working as hard now.
I figured it was a slowdown with Diane's alcohol consumption. So guest passes sold, 33% increase year over year.
Wow.
So we had about $7,500 in guest passes brought in. Outdoor pool lighting update. The project for both clubhouses have actually been completed, and we are actually waiting on the engineer's study and the permitting study through the county to get back to you so we can officially open for night swimming again. The indoor pool update, paver installation is complete. Pool area is now open. The outdoor pool is also open. I think we've got some really good feedback on that. we're gonna go through the same process again, where you might feel the pavers slightly move a little bit, a little sand on your feet. That's normal, that will dissipate over time, and in about 4 months, as recommended by the manufacturer, we'll be applying a seal coat. So let's hope we have some long-term solutions there, but from an aesthetic standpoint, we're getting a lot of positive feedback with that. I'll summarize all the Hurricane Milton fund that we've had with the insurance companies. The adjuster has absolutely everything, and I've got a call scheduled with them at the beginning of next week, and I'll have a lot more answers then that I can start reporting back to the board and to the community. I've requested some serious urgency because there's some liquidity challenges that can come if you pay for everything without knowing dollars are coming in. So we're going to continue to work through that. Winter Series shows, sponsored by Sun State Doctors, Care Access, and Bud Light. The Winter Series, I think this number is actually a little bit old. We have $120,000 of revenue in on a contract cost of approximately $45. So mental math, that's about a $75,000 net positive variance. And again, that comes back to the community. That does not go to Vesta, that does not go to Matt or Scott. That goes back to the community to offset costs, so that's been a phenomenal thing for the second shows that the board approved us to be able to roll out. Pop-up shows, those continue on. The next pop-up we have is January 27th, Dueling Pianos. We had a show last night that was pretty well attended. I know folks had a good time. We got some emails on that very late, much later than I stay out, because I don't have a life anymore. So, glad you all do. In fact, I got a lot of messages on New Year's from the folks at, I think we had like 6 or 7 parties between the clubhouses. And I'm like in bed by 9:30 and everybody's partying and sharing pictures. It's kind of, it's nice to see. Upcoming events, I think you all have stuff on your table, so I won't read all those. Fresh Produce Market is held every Wednesday on the pickleball fields. Dermatology will be back tomorrow. What is important also is January 10th, we have a very large expo. We're also going to be hosting, we used to have Jen's Market out there, if everybody remembers. I won't go into the details of that, but long story short, they're no longer partnering with us, but we're gonna try to run it ourselves. So we're gonna have Jen's Market, they're gonna be out in the field here January 10th. We also have that large expo. Attendance at those events is actually very important to us. So as we see the doctors and other sponsors that help offset your costs, the participation from the community coming to those events and even grabbing the free candy, the raffle prizes is actually very important. I think I wrote in my communication piece to the community, it's adult trick-or-treating. Yeah. Attendance is a really big deal because they feel like they're close to the end user, and again, they help advertise, and again, all that comes back to the community from an advertising standpoint. So we'd love to see you January 10th, bring your friends and neighbors out. It'd be great to see you. Tram services, about 3,000 miles driven. Gate security operations, about 17,000 passes issued, 8,300 phone calls, and of note, we have replaced approximately 5,100 decals on the cars. We've got a couple decal days coming up. You'll see that in your communication pieces, but 2 in January that I know of, I think January 16th, and I forgot the second day. So stay tuned for further communication pieces, and we'll continue to inform you as needed. That's what I got.
Well, thank you very much. And Paul Stern is on vacation this week, so we have the privilege of having Corey Carpenter come back over here in the interim to help guide us with First Service. Thanks, Corey.
No problem. Thanks for having me. Good to be back. Paul had prepared this for me. He will be back on Monday, though. So admin operations, the First Service cams, they're in the middle of annual meetings currently. Second notices of the annual meetings are being distributed ahead of each meeting in accordance with statutory notice criteria per each association's timeline. The earliest of the meetings begin on January 6th, and by the 3rd week of February, they should all be wrapped up. This is literally their busiest time for the camps, so please be patient with their response time on issues not related to annual meetings, of course, but they're always there for you. Monthly new resident orientation meetings, they will be, they're coming back. They will begin on January 21st, later this month. Recurring monthly meeting to be held on the 3rd Tuesday of every month, starting at 10:30 a.m. Meetings will be held in the culinary room, the 2020 building. And a reminder for the next monthly meeting will be included in what the new resident receives when they come to the First Service office for their new resident package. All right, CTA, corporate transparency. I know this I hear a lot of grumbling. I grumble the same with you. It's been on, it's been off. it was on again, and now it's off again. It's back on hold. As of the latest court ruling on December 26th, back on hold until further notice. Yeah, yes, indeed. Associations who haven't yet filed may still voluntarily file, and/or should continue to prepare to file if and when the injunction is lifted again. But please bear in mind that most communications on the matter are written for a national audience, and that the corporations in disaster impacted areas such as ours have 6 months extra time regardless. But again, it is on hold currently, so the back and forth, and it's kind of crazy how it was on and like 2 days later off again. But anyway, transfers during 2024, for the year we had 341 transfers, we had 369 leases. For December 26, 48, so it's 26 transfers, 48 leases. Landscaping. So the December occurrence of the landscape grading meeting was held on December 18th. Multiple companies were informed that they were on track to fail and would likely incur the financial penalty for doing so. We await Federation initiation of an account with Upkeep, the maintenance system, in order to begin the setup process. Once that's set up, First Service will work with Upkeep on all implementation steps. It takes about 8 weeks to implement per Upkeep's onboarding schedule. But safety culture will continue to be used for inspections until that transition date. As you know, our 5 major vendors are Monster Tree Service, Down to Earth, Artistry, Brightview, Russell. It's our recommendation that we revisit all components of how landscape vendors are being selected, contracted, monitored, managed as soon as possible, because obviously current practices are not producing the desired results. That's all I got, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, it's time for committee reports. Shirley, what do you got for us? Shirley Bardell, who's the chair of the Health and Safety Committee.
The Health and Safety Committee met in November. We took December off. We'll have another meeting in January. On a health note, the occurrence of COVID and the flu, influenza A, is growing expeditiously. So talk to your physician, find out if you should be getting those vaccinations.
Any information on that bird flu thing? You know, the bird flu, that's all over the news. You know anything about that?
No information on bird flu. This is not, to my knowledge, occurring anywhere near us. I'll keep an eye on it.
Thank you very much. All right, Ray, you got anything for us on insurance?
Yeah, I talked to Brian last night, and the people who have carports, is this thing on?
No.
It was.
There we go. The people who have carports, there will be no holdback for depreciation until the work is done. They were able to get Heritage to do that, so you will get your full amount. The check should be here next week. I know you've heard that probably before, but Brian assured me he believes the checks for the carports will be here next week. And the other thing is that I will be meeting, as well as the insurance committee will be meeting with Brian and Adam to move forward with the agency. They have made some progress. I'm not exactly sure what, because at 10:30 in the evening, I'm not listening very well. And I don't know what Brian said about that. But we will be moving forward with the insurance agency, at least at this time. That's it.
Okay, thanks so much, Ray. All right, let's move on to the treasurer's report. Richard?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. This will be a quick report. The next full report will be next month at the membership meeting. I won't be here for the board meeting in February. So this is just a quick highlights. We paid just under $17,000 for grounds cleanup related to Milton. And to the best of my knowledge, that is all we're going to pay, thanks to Diane's very hard work making sure that almost all the cleanup was done during their normal hours. so that we did not incur a lot of extra charges for grounds cleanup. So that was a great job. Far less than the last time we had significant limbs and landscape debris to take care of. $3,500 for legal expense, that's pretty much normal course and scope, nothing special there. Transfer fees, $5,850, that was for the month of November, which is what the rest of this covers as well. And our interest earnings for November, which are slowly declining because we are dispersing the Spectrum funds every month, $9,000 up, rounds to $9,000. So that's it, full report next month.
Thanks so much, Richard, appreciate it. Okay, 2024 is come and gone. It has been a roller coaster ride here in Kings Point in 2024. I can tell you that this board of absolutely extraordinary men and women have worked so hard, volunteering unbelievable number of hours for everyone in Kings Point. Are you like so congratulating us there, Scott, or is that a stretch? A stretch, okay. So I just wanted to thank them so much for all their tireless efforts that they do. And the most important thing is I want each and every one of you to know that we listened to you, okay? And the town hall that I developed has been a huge success. Everybody tells me how much they love it, so we are definitely continuing that through 2025. We have asked Chris Robinson, who's the president of the Masters Association, to join me so that we can have answers for you regarding Master Association or Federation questions right away, if we can. So that's going to continue because I can't tell you how much I've learned and this board has learned from your voices during those meetings. And obviously the biggest one was the landscaping. Just saying the word, I just want to throw up. So, we heard you, okay? And so the number one thing we found out was the use of the software that was being used for I don't know how many years was just not working. It just did not allow for accountability and for full circle to allow the POCs to see what was being done and that it was actually completed. So now we're going to be utilizing Upkeep, which the POCs already utilize for irrigation. So it should be familiar, but we're going to have training so that we can make sure that everyone is up to speed. So now you just have one software program to do all of your work orders. How nice, right?
Yay.
Okay, so we heard you in regards to that. And as Corey had just mentioned, we're not fooling around with the contractors for landscaping. There's no fooling around. They are putting their foot to the metal and better get things done or we're coming up with a new contract, okay? If they're not producing and doing what they should be doing following the contract, they're not going to be performing landscaping maintenance here next year. So we're working on that. The RFPs are going out shortly and we'll stay tuned. We'll see what happens with that. But this board and we're working very close with First Service to ensure that this gets done properly and proper for each and every one of you so you don't have to have so much agita. If you're not from New York, you know, that's like heartburn. Okay, that's like a slang for heartburn. Okay, so we're working on that. That was a big thing that we heard. I hope that you have sensed the transparency from this board. I hope you have sensed more communication from this board, and I hope you are all seeing that the governing bodies in Kings Point are working together. And that is so long time coming, and we're so happy that we're able to do that for all of you because we all live here. There shouldn't be any animosity, there shouldn't be anything like that. We should all be working together just for one reason, for all of us living here in a beautiful community together so we can enjoy the rest of our lives here. Other than that, I just went out of my head what I wanted to say, so I actually had a senior moment. Look at that. Okay, so this is what I get for hanging around with these guys, right? What are you looking at me for? All right. So I just want you to know we're here for you. Thank you for your emails. Those of you that send me emails, I get them, I respond to you, I direct you to the right person, and we're getting this done. So I just hope you all really notice the changes. Elections are coming up for the Federation Board. That is exactly what I wanted to say. I don't know how that came, but thank you, God. All right, so this March will be the election for the Federation Board, and there are five positions that are available, exactly, Lucy, available for elections. There's going to be sections 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'm in section 5, so I will be running, and I hope I have the support from the associations in District 5 so that we can continue to improve relations and everything here for all the residents in Kings Point. And unfortunately, Jim Gundry, which one are you in? 2. Jim Gundry has termed out. So he has completed his 4 years the last day of March, so he will not be back. And Tom, which section are you? Section 3, okay, District 3. So Tom Ricketts is in District 3, and he has just going to be completing his 4 years, so he will not be returning. And so that means that's wide open. And then also our 2 other board members, Richard Resnick, who is our treasurer, will not be running again. And Angela, our secretary, will not be running again. So 4 out of the 5 positions are wide open. And we really need valuable, caring people that have experience to be on this board. I need all of you to get out there and start looking for people that can come on this board. I can say that this past year, this has been such a wonderful board to work with. We can have disagreements, and when we leave that meeting, we're all laughing and joking, and we work together to get stuff done. I want that to happen again after the election. So we need your help. So start putting your feelers out there and find some experienced, competent, caring people that want to devote their time to the Federation Board to continue what this board has been doing the past 2 years to help all of you, okay? And then that's going to mean there's going to be committee positions opening too, so we will be talking about that as we get closer. But it's very important now to start getting the feelers out, because a lot of times residents don't know what's going on, and they might be very happy to join the board and help with their experience. So thank you for your help for that. And with that, I'm hoping we all have a very healthy and happy and prosperous new year. All right, open forum, I see nobody. Got happy people. All right, unfinished business. We're going to be looking at the approval of the trash and recycling services contract. Just to remind you, this is for the dumpsters, not for the curb service. Curb service, that is taken out in your taxes each year. We don't have a contract for that. That's through Hillsborough County. This is just for the dumpsters. All right? So, I'd like to move for someone to make a motion to approve the trash and recycling service contract as presented.
So moved.
Don't whisper. You got it, Tom? All right. All right, discussion. No? No?
I have nothing. Any questions? I'm serious. Any questions about the? I'm asking the board first.
Yeah.
Any questions? No other questions from the board? Any comments from?
The peanut gallery. Peanut gallery.
I'm sure I'm kind of beating a dead horse, but how do we stop the rest of Kings Point from coming and dumping their garbage in our dumpsters?
Why would they do that?
Good question.
Somebody actually came yesterday and dumped a big black bag of garbage right on top of our recycle bins. And it's not recyclable, but this is what we're intending, when they come in, we have a dumpster in the beginning of our, I'm in Fairfield, we have a dumpster in the beginning of our community, and they stop there and they dump everything in there, from barbecues to, you know, construction things, and then they make a nice little U-turn and just go about their business.
And I'm looking at our president over there, Gloucester D. We're right there by the Gloucester sign, and guess what? Everybody thinks we're the dumpster
Yeah.
for everything on Gloucester.
It's an ongoing thing.
Put it less.
And all I can suggest is, and we have discussed this before, is if you see somebody, if nothing else, get their license plate number, and we can track them, try to track them that way. And the other thing that we have found is we look at boxes and the address labels on them.
Oh, good idea.
Yes, yeah.
And right now, our dumpsters are overflowing with Amazon boxes. I can't understand why you think that was Christmas. And we do that. We look at the labels and see the addresses, and we have tracked people down that way. We have people that have, from other associations that have street pickup delivery, by the way, think that their dumpsters are there for their use and not ours. And we're the ones paying for it, and I
Right, yeah,
understand.
and the thing is that they become full, and we're always supposed to put our garbage.
Well, right now, of course, all the dumpsters are overflowing because,
Oh, well, I know because of the pickups, but,
well, yeah, and it was holiday. and we
but
didn't
this is
get
an
them picked up.
ongoing thing.
Yeah, but it
They
is.
come, they empty it, by the end of the day, it's full with God knows who's
And
on
all
it.
I can suggest at this time, right now, is that we're gonna have to take a look at, trying to catch it and doing what we can do.
Okay, thank you.
A lot of associations, ma'am, have gotten cameras.
Yeah.
So that is up to each association. I think it's very wise, because that will help with finding out, who was doing this. And, well, not only that, Deputy Mary, when up north, that was step to services if someone had dumped garbage in a rented or paid for dumpster. Is that a Florida law here? No?
No, because it's all done by the county.
Okay. How are you?
Horace Swente, Highgate D, president. Is the contract with the same company?
No, it's not. It's with Republic Services.
Oh.
There are only 3 available, just so everybody knows. Okay, so the bids come in, and the costs have gone up tremendously. Okay, so even with negotiating, this is the company that we're able to negotiate the best contract with.
Well, there's usually a learning curve, and the other company was doing well, so now we might be dealing with it. Okay.
And that's okay if you wanted to pay 100% more for them. That's what happened. It was going to be 100% more for FCC. So, anybody else have questions? Come on down.
I just want to know if somebody's going to show them where to go.
I just,
Where the dumpsters actually
yes.
are. They did not the last time. It was
I want to clarify for folks on these increases, or just provide some context. My association does not use dumpsters. We have the property tax withholding, or a add-on, I should say. And I went back and I checked, and our trash assessment fees, and there are 2 of them on the property tax bill, the combined total has gone up over the past 3 years 30%, 30. So it's going up across the board. It's not just the folks with the dumpsters.
And to answer your question, ma'am, yes, the First Service will be working with the dumpster company to show them where the dumpsters are, so they can be replaced and all that type of information, yes. Anybody else?
Just a quick question.
Yeah, Kat.
So all the dumpsters will go out and new ones will come in?
That's correct.
Also, recycling bins will be replaced, because everybody has their own equipment.
Okay. If that's all, anything else from the board in discussion? Okay. All those in favor of approving the trash and recycling service contract with Republic Services. Say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So moved. And this will be going out to the membership now for approval. For our meeting on the 17th, I believe, am I right? 17th, yes, for the 17th. Okay, great, new business. Under the Land Trust, we have a couple of items from two of our clubs. One is from the Pickleball Club to approve electricity for additional fans at the North Courts. And then with the Lawn and Bowling Club, they want approval to purchase and construct a shed to hold the roller. And Debbie Dubasaw, you're going to come up and present that to the board? Thank you.
Alrighty. Good morning, everyone. And Happy New Year. President Karen Coons of the Pickleball Club presented a proposal to the RFUC on December the 18th, 2024, requesting approval of the upgrade of the electrical system for the North Club Pickleball facility. The upgrade to be performed is licensed by an electrician and will be support of the installation of additional fans with fundings provided by the Pickleball Club. The motion was unanimously approved by the RFEC.
What?
Unanimously. You like that one? It won't come out of the mouth.
Everybody liked it.
You understood me.
Scared me.
Before 10 o'clock in the morning. The RSC recommends that the Federation Board approve the proposal electrical upgrade for the installation of the fans at the North Court Pickleball facility. This work will be performed by a licensed electrician. Okay.
Thank you, Deb. We'll hold off on that one now. All right. So I move for someone to make a motion to approve the RVC recommendation for the additional electrical upgrade and installation of the fans at the North Court Pickleball facility.
So moved.
Thank you, Stephen. Second. Thank you, Ray. All right, discussion? No? No? Anybody? Shirley?
It's not on. I was just gonna question, so Vesta's gonna give them the final approval when everything's done? Are you overseeing this?
We're not. The licensed electrician is overseeing the project, and they will complete the project. We will obviously walk out there to make sure that things are in order, but it's the licensed electrician that's going to be handling this.
Okay.
Any other questions or comments? Tom?
Yeah, I understand. Is a pickleball club paying for all of this?
Yes.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Okay, we're ready to vote. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Congratulations, Pickleball Club, so moved.
All right.
The next item,
Okay.
let's see if we can get all the words out correctly on this.
Unanimously.
Here we are.
See, I can do it. This is for the lawn bowling shed. President David White of the Lawn Bowling Club presented a proposal to the RFEC on December the 18th to rebuild a storage shed to house the lawn bowling roller. The previous shed was damaged by Hurricane Milton, and the new structure will protect the roller from the elements. The Lawn Bowling Club will cover the costs and manage the construction with the final approval granted by Vesta Property Services. The motion was unanimously approved by the RFEC.
Good job. All right, I move for someone to make a motion to approve the Lawn Bowling Club's recommendation for the buying and building the structure to house the roller.
So moved.
All right, Jim, second?
Second.
All All right, Tom, thank you. Discussion.
Yeah, I have a question. In this situation, I understand that the club wants to build the building, which is fine with me, but do we need to have a permit pulled? And who pulls the permit? If this is not, this is gonna be built on property owned by everybody in the community, it's land trust property, can we build a structure without a permit?
Okay, so that's an excellent valid point, and we definitely need to have that answer before we could proceed with that.
Isn't it just replacing what was there?
No, it's a different type of structure.
The shed that they're proposing to replace was I don't necessarily want to classify it as a shed. Joe, I don't know if you want to talk.
Yeah, the original,
Can you come on up, Joe? Thanks so much. I appreciate it. So everyone can hear you. Thanks, Joe.
I knew I came here for a reason. Nice to see you. The original, whoa.
I know it worked.
I'll tell you. The original shed was actually a portable shed. It was a vinyl shed with steel poles that were anchored to the ground. The shed, in terms of Milton, decided to fly away. All right, so there's no telling where it is currently. It may still be floating around somewhere, but we have yet to find it. So the proposal is to build a permanent structure out of, it'll be lumber, vinyl siding, and/or cement board siding, and it'll be anchored to the ground, so that it becomes a permanent structure in terms of protecting the shed, the roller, which in reality is a joint ownership between Lawn Bowling and the Land Trust, seeing both unities spent money on it. So they felt this was the best solution, was to make something permanent that won't fly away again.
I'm not opposed to this, I just want to make sure we follow the law.
Right, I agree. And I don't, to be honest with you, I don't know if the current, the current board of the Lawn Bowling Club has looked into that. But I agree with you, yeah, it'd be a good idea to make the check on that to make sure whether permitting is required or not.
You will need a permit, and you will need a contractor.
Okay.
And I believe I'm right in saying that the
Randy, use the thing.
Yeah.
Use the mic.
You sure? Okay. I believe I'm correct in stating that the Lawn Bowling Club will not have any ownership of it.
No, I wrote that.
Okay, well, you stated.
You're right, well,
Okay.
yeah.
I
I'm referring to the
it's for your
roller
use,
itself,
but
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay, Matt, would you be able to delegate someone from the best team to find out this information with the Lawn Bowling Club?
Yeah, we're more than happy to do that. In fact, my friends at Google, along with Victoria, just mentioned to me that, oh, Ginger standing, that's good. 150 square feet seems to be the threshold. I'm not sure the square footage of the shed, but Ginger, did you have? Okay. So 150 square feet would be Hillsborough County requirements for a permit.
Okay. And the knowledge I have from what they were planning was approximately an 8 by 10, so it's only going to be 60 to 80 square feet.
My mental math told me 80 on that one.
Yeah.
So that does seem like it wouldn't require a permit at the same time of the other concerns from a contracting standpoint. But more than happy to revisit with them, confirm it with them with the county. Sometimes Google is wrong. And we can, every once in a while. More than happy to dig into that.
Okay, and I would think, Joe, also that they should provide a better drawing, a detailed drawing then, so we have a better idea of what they're talking about. I don't believe it was, I don't recall, but at the RFEC meeting, I don't recall them talking about cement.
No, there was no mention of cement. It was going to be just basically ground.
Okay.
Because we're concerned that the cement might ruin the rolling apparatus itself.
All right, so I think there's a little more information that the Lawn Bowling Club needs to prepare for the presentation. So I am going to move to make a motion to table this approval right now until we receive further information. Can someone make a motion to carry that postponement? Thank you, Randy. Second? Jim, all in favor? Anyone opposed? All right, so moved for now. Thank you.
Diane, can I jump in, ask a real
Yeah.
quick question? Joe, because of your institutional knowledge over there, is something being done to cover the roller as we speak? Do we have?
Yes, we have a vinyl type covering it currently protected.
Okay, thank you.
You have someone coming up to the mic, okay.
Come on down.
No, Lucy. No, we're just quite sorry, I didn't mean to.
You're scaring everybody, Shirley.
She is very serious about the health and safety.
Hi, I'm Jeannie from the Lawn Bowling president. Just want to know, as we reapply, do we need to go back to the RFEC first, to come here
No.
directly?
No,
Okay,
it will come right
and
here.
then Matt, can I get in touch with you about working with you directly? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, good and welfare. Come on up, come on down. Grab a mic, tissue first, God.
I just have a question. Who is, or what entity is responsible for the benches?
Where? Which benches?
The ones mostly, well, up and down Kings Boulevard? The ones that convert to tables too?
Right on the street, on the sidewalks, that would be the master.
Master? Because a lot of them are rotting out, and one near my house collapsed on the ground. I don't know if anybody got hurt, I hope they didn't.
I hope not either, but if you notice it and you could have the location, I would send in a work order to the masters.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you. Anyone else?
Okay, I'm not on health and safety, but I do have another alert to append to what Shirley reported earlier. If you watch the news, I'm sure this is going to come up within the next couple of weeks. There is a very significant outbreak of Norwalk virus that is in several large cities in the country. It won't kill you, but it sure will give you a couple of real miserable days. Unlike COVID and some of the others, this is not respiratory. It transmits by touching an infected surface that somebody who has the infection has touched, and then touching your mouth, nose, ears, eyes, something like that. So the best defense against it is to wash your hands as frequently as you can. I have no doubt that as grandchildren come through here, as people go on cruises and come back, it's going to be here. So take precautions, and you'll be very thankful that you did. Trust me, it's not fun.
You know that's going to drop our rating for STDs down to at least number 5.
No touchy-feely people.
All right. Hey, Eileen, how are you?
Okay, just a very brief announcement that the Kings Point COA will be having next Tuesday, the 7th, at 2 o'clock in the banquet room, a business meeting to kind of kick off the year with some of the things that we're working on to plan and to get some feedback. So I did put a notice in all of the president's mailboxes that are members of the COA. So we look forward to seeing you there. It's in the banquet room at 2 o'clock next Tuesday, January the 7th. We also will be giving out the awards to the holiday house lighting winners and the golf cart parade winners. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Eileen. Deputy Mary, what you got first? What you got?
Well, so I've been keeping Matt and some of the rest of the team updated on the progress of Flock. I know it was a kind of a hot button topic when it was installed here. It is a hot button topic over at the CA, which they are going to install on all their entrances, which is roughly 9 different ones off of Sun City Center Boulevard. But just in the last few months, we've had some really good, I guess, cases, incidents with Flock. One of the first ones was somebody that was in here, they're not a resident, and they had a warrant. So it was a felony warrant, so that was really good. We got them right out about Save-A-Lot. They pulled out. It alerted our dispatch. We sent a deputy, pulled them over. And then one, I believe like a week later, was somebody that was driving on a suspended license. The license had been suspended since like 2019. So, you know, those are people that we don't want on the road because if they hit you, you know, they have no license, they have no insurance, they have no probably money or anything. So those were 2 really good ones. But something even better, in the last 90 days, 2 of your residents have been victimized by the grandparent scam. This is where somebody calls and says they're your granddaughter or they're your grandson. And with the advent of AI, those phone calls are a lot more believable because it'll sound exactly like your loved one. And we've even seen 1 or 2 lately where they've been able to do a FaceTime video. Wow. They take video of your loved one, put it into these software programs, and then they're able to, you know, basically have an entire conversation with you and it looked like your loved one. So you've had 2 of your residents here in Kings Point that were victimized where couriers came to their house and picked up thousands and thousands of dollars in cash. All right, I believe the 2 victims together were over $50,000. So one of the instances, one of the team members, and I know they're busy, I'm not putting blame, they're amazing, they're wonderful, wrote the car tag down incorrectly. You know, our Q's look like zeros, our B's look like 8s here in Florida. It happens. Yet, I just read a report, 16,000 passes were issued in December. You know, they're busy. But with Flock, we were able to go back and get the actual tag and get a video of the tag. The FBI, both of these instances are going to be the same organization. The FBI has picked it all up, and it'll probably take them about a year and a half to make arrests because they'll do surveillance and wiretaps and they'll go through bank records and everything. But this is a multinational organization that's doing this all over Florida, and because of Flock, you know, we were able to get the correct car, the correct vehicles, and people swap out tags. Well, Flock takes a picture. So if you got a tag that says it's a Nissan Versa and it's on a Ford F-150, well, now we have a little more investigative information to go after. So I know some of y'all don't like it, don't like some of the things about it. Just do your research on it. It's much better than when it first was rolled out 15 years ago. No one else has access to that information but law enforcement. And I mean, just in the short time, the 6 months y'all had it, we've had 4 really good things that have happened with it, especially the one with the grandparent scam. I mean, that's money your residents aren't going to get back. You know, that's loss of something, and they drove right to their home. So it's definitely good. We like it. We enjoy it. We appreciate it. So we hope y'all will keep it around. Other than that, any other questions?
I have one question. Is it possible for you to do a video of what you just said? Just that, so we can actually share it with the community? Because there's what, 50 people here, maybe 100?
Absolutely,
Okay,
sure.
that would be awesome.
Well, somebody with the best
Find
team
out.
get with me and we'll sit down. We'll do a little clip. You can put it on the wheel wherever we need to. I'm going to try to come back to the membership meeting and let them know, because that should be definitely a larger audience. So,
Okay.
Anything else? Everybody got their tickets for tomorrow night?
Yeah!
I got all my moves down, I'm just telling you.
Sure, I got one question for you. Sure, for you. Right here. With these scams and they're calling people, would you recommend that when you get a call, to call your relative back right away to find out if it actually is them?
Absolutely. So the biggest piece of advice I can give on any scam, and I don't care what it is to verify it. Whether it's your bank emailing you or texting you that there's something wrong with your card, you call your bank. If it's your grandson, hey, I'm in jail in Mexico, call your grandson. If you can't get a hold of him, call mom and dad. If it's, somebody says you've won Publishers Clearinghouse, contact Publishers Clearinghouse. For any of those things, absolutely, verification is number one. The last couple of years, Publishers Clearinghouse has been really bad, and you've had several residents in here call the front gate and say, hey, Publishers Clearinghouse is delivering my car, that I won, and then they've, taken them for $40,000, $50,000, $60,000. But, on that verification piece, even Publishers Clearinghouse, you can go to their website and see if you've actually, won. I check it every morning right before I put on my saying. But no, on all those scams, verification is absolutely paramount.
So we're in a public meeting, so I can put you on the spot. Because this is so close to home, it's impacted 2 of our residents. Like even hearing the AI component of this is like I kind of started getting the yuck chills.
Yes.
Because you're so wonderful, would you be willing to offer a quick seminar here for our residents that we can open up to everybody to discuss the scams and then things to look out for, friends, neighbors, all that cliche stuff?
Absolutely.
We can put you on the schedule?
And also on Tuesday, March 10th, at Community Hall, I've actually got an expert coming in to talk about AI, but they're going to talk about it at our level, not at the level where we're not going to understand what the heck is going on. And then I've also got a well-published author that talks about the emotional and mental issues that victims go through after scams. So I'll be sending out everybody a mailer on that with the time and date and everything, and that's open to everybody. But absolutely, I'll come here and do those things for you.
Okay, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Deputy Mary. I know that there are some people in the community that were against Flock, but again, all the governing bodies want and the management companies want is for all of you to be protected as best as we can and to enjoy yourselves and just live your life. And I think for the little bit amount of money we spent, and Deputy Mary has just given you some examples, is working. And with the advance of technology and crimes that are going to be going on, this is something that is going to help protect you. So we are so happy to hear, Jeff, that it's working and helping law enforcement and getting these criminals out of Kings Point and away from our people. So thank you so much. All right, with that, everybody, thank you so much. And if someone could move to an adjournment. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you, Randy. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody.